Hey guys and girls, what's up? This is Everol back here once again, and so today we're going to talk a little more about lighting. Like I told you yesterday, we are going to do a little more about how to play around with light, how light affects your photographs, and how it is an integral part of how and what is the composition of your photograph. So today I'm going to firstly show you the different sources of light. The main and important source of light that you see from this side is your available light. It's your sunlight. The second one here is something called flash gun. Okay, so you can attach this to your DSLR cameras, and they have their different settings. You get a manual flash, you get automatic flash, and you just have to, this is how it flashes. So I guess you saw that. And yeah, that is one. Another source is something like this, which is mostly used in video, but you can also use them to, if you're doing any kind of still photography where you're clicking. So the warm light is more into the yellowish, and the cool light goes more into the bluish kind of it, and the one in between is very neutral, a mix of both. So that's it's called your color temperature. So depends on what kind of atmosphere, what kind of surroundings you are in. You can play around and adjust that on your camera, as well as sometimes on your external light sources. So yeah. So in terms of the kind of light that you get in your photograph, it determines the nature of your photograph. So there are two kinds of lights. One is your hard light, one is your soft light. Now what do I mean by hard light and soft light? Hard light is when you put a light on a subject, you make sure you see the shadow that comes on the background. If the shadow has a distinct outline, you can see it very clearly, you can see it very sharp. That means that it's a hard light. Now when you see the sunlight, and you notice your shadow on the ground, you'll always see that it's very sharp, very crisp. You can see the exact outline of yourself. So that's what a hard light is, to give you a very standard example of hard light. Now how do you get soft light? Now indirect sunlight is that gives you a soft light. So in the photography world, in order to create a soft light from the available source or from your flash, we always use something called a diffuser. It diffuses the light, and it lessens the intensity of light that comes on your subject, and hence it gives you really nice soft shadow to kind of take your photograph away from the flatness and give it a really nice background to look at. So yeah, that's what is the difference between a hard light and a soft light. I'll show you some examples of a hard light and a soft light. So let me give you an example of the flashlight. If you've gone for a party, you might notice sometimes photographers they normally keep the flash facing the subject, and they flash it at low intensity, while as some photographers they bounce the flash up, so, or at an angle. There are different settings for this, so you can keep it at different settings. So what happens here is that when you click a photograph with a direct flash, I'll show you the difference. And when you click it at a bounce, it bounces on a surface. So suppose you have a white ceiling, it bounces on the surface and it gives you an indirect light, which does not have like harsh shadows on the face. So it gives you a better soft looking face, rather than too much of shadow and too much of darkness around the parts that are not highlighted. So the next time you go to a party or something like that, maybe notice what the photographer and how he's doing it, and everyone has their own style, really. So that's it with your light. Play around with the light a bit, and see what works best for you. Many of you might try to use your flash from your phone, or you have your small digital cameras which have those pop-up flashes. Even those you can try, use probably a card, a visiting card, a white visiting card. Keep it there, which looks something like this. So you can use to bounce your light, keep it on top, bounce your light on top, or bounce your light on the left hand side by covering one part of the flash. And you'll be able to see the difference in the type of light that you get into your photographs and the outcome of the photograph. So kudos, all the best to the second and the first one that we did yesterday. Try using both together, and tomorrow we're going to come up with another topic, the last and final topic in your basic photography. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you do have any questions, queries or comments, do call me. I'm putting my number down at the video. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy yourself. All the best. God bless. Thank you.